I believe that if you pull up 5 or let's say 10, give a nice big round number. If you pull up 10 Lenamiu videos, 8 out of 10, and I'm not exaggerating because I'm going to say something even more ridiculous. 8 out of those 10 videos Lena will mention trying to get to Mew's house, and 6 out of 10 of those videos, she'll mention it more than once to make sure that it's, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Now you got the premise. Okay, now you understand how this game is going to be played. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Okay, now with that being said, let's get into it. All right. So, here we go. We're going to start with this one right here. Yermptides. Alright, hold up. Can we get some subs up in this motherfucker? Alright, so this one is, maybe I could be tripping because the name Lena and the name Len are very similar. But E and I
ท้ายไว้อย่างดราม่าสุดโหดนะคะเราจะมาดูกันว่า EP 3อ่ะมันมีอะไรบ้างทำไมถึงแบบหูน้ำตาไหลพรากขนาดนั้นไม่จริงซีนตอนจบ EP 2มันสำคัญมากเพราะว่าเป็นครั้งแรกที่อลินอ่ะรู้ว่าเจนชอบแล้วจบ EP 2มันสำคัญมากเพราะว่าเป็นครั้งแรกที่อลินอ่ะรู้ว่า
I don't know. It's nothing. Something simple. Could be a Freudian slip. But I don't think that's how you say Alin's name. Even if she was saying Alinha. Alina? Alinha. Even if she was saying Alinha. Like Alin, like putting the twang in there. I feel like Alinha and Alina, I don't know. It just sounded, I feel like maybe it was a little Freudian slip. We starting small. We starting light. You understand what I'm saying? It could be nothing. It could be everything. It could be nothing. It could be everything. I just present the evidence. I allow you all to decide whether you think it's something or nothing. Ooh, let's do that. Let's play that. We're going to call this something or nothing. Do y'all think this was something or nothing? I like that. This will make it more interactive. Do y'all think that was something or nothing? Because sometimes y'all just be sitting there looking at me. Y'all don't be saying nothing in the chat. So I don't know what the hell. I don't know if y'all agree or disagree. You saying nothing, say nothing, something. Okay. Fair enough, right? Because this is one of them toss-up situations. This could be something, this could be nothing. Okay, fair enough. I agree with that. This could be something or nothing. It could be a Freudian slip or it could just be a mispronunciation of the name. Either way, she never said the name like that ever again. I think you all know that. She never mispronounced it, any other time. So, okay, something or nothing. Okay, cool. Let's see. Moving on. Just presenting the facts. Let's talk about this one. ไม่ทำอะไรอ่ะเจนคิดมากโอ้ไม่ด้วยความที่ลินเป็นคนรักเดียวใจเดียว You heard how she said it that time? ไม่ด้วยความที่ลินเป็นคนรักเดียวใจเดียวไม่มีทางที่อลินจะทำอะไร You heard how she said it that time? ต้องไปดูเฉลยเองว่าจะเป็นยังไงแต่จะแต่งงานกับคนอื่นแล้วนะ They're talking about their characters in the show, by the way. Obviously, she almost married somebody else. But look, this part right here, she was unfaithful for 8 years. Look at how, when she said this, look how Lena looked. Hold on. She said, oh, sorry, hold on. She said, when she said she almost married someone, first of all, she forgot. Listen, when she said she almost married someone, Lena forgot that Lena forgot that they were talking about this is just me. By the look on Lena's face, it looked like she forgot they were talking about their characters. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like Lena, the way Lena reacted, it looked like Lena forgot. Right, exactly. 0809. Married Kate or almost married her, you know what I'm saying? So the way she said you was unfaithful for 8 years, is crazy because how I know now I know that Mew was making a joke about but at the same time, if she was unfaithful for 8 years, that would have meant she would have known about the relationship or about your feelings, and she didn't. So she couldn't have been unfaithful. So Lynn definitely wasn't unfaithful for 8 years. But if we go based on the timeline that we know, based on the deep dives that we've done in the tribunal and in the inner circle, tracking something or nothing, something or nothing, something or nothing. There's no pressure to say it's something, guys, because this is, you know what I'm saying, something or nothing. There's no pressure to say it. If you don't see it, that's cool. This is not a right or wrong situation. It's just, if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. That's cool. We good. Something or nothing. Replay it? Absolutely. I can replay it. Oh, here you go.
ไม่ด้วยความที่อลินเป็นคนรักเดียวใจเดียวไม่มีทางที่อลินจะทำอะไรแบบนั้นแต่ว่าทุกคนต้องไปดู
Watch Lena's face.
เป็นยังไงแต่ว่าจะแต่งงานกับคนอื่นแล้วนะ
The way she blanked out and forgot.
นอกใจมา8 ปีช็อตมากนอกใจอะไร EP 3มันขนาดนี้
Candles getting dim. Listen, and yo, something though, I feel like most of the time it is they double talk a lot. They do double talk a lot. And that's what makes it so difficult. I feel like I got that white line on my mouth. But that's what makes it so difficult with Lena and Mew is that they always double talk. If you know, I say this all the time, that they're always having two conversations. It always feels like they're saying something surface level about whatever series or whatever product or whatever moment is right there. And then also there's always seems like there's this underlying conversation of something else that we aren't privy to, that we just don't know, but it's like right there bubbling under the surface. Okay, so most of us agree that this was something. Okay, cool. I like this game. I like this. Okay, we're gonna have to start calling this something or nothing, y'all. Oh, here we go. We hair sniff. I gotta start reading the titles of what I name these videos because this joint is so crazy. But I call this one the we hair sniff, and you'll get what I mean when I say that. Why she smell that girl hair like that? She got triggered by her being, so she got triggered by Alen being gentle towards Jane in the series, and so she gonna be gentle towards Mew, and then sniffed her hair. Lena just Lena lets her intrusive thoughts win a lot when she's next to Mew. A lot. A lot. And then the soft and gentle joint. Why she look, girl? She acting like she ain't talking about you. She's talking about the character you played. You sitting there trying to take. Girl, she said Alen is soft with Jane. She ain't say nothing about you. You probably because we know how you be getting down. We know how you be getting down. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't ask y'all. Something or nothing. My bad. Something or nothing. Was that something or nothing for y'all? Wait, where's my mouse? Oh my God, where's my mouse? Dude, oh my gosh. There we go. Says something, please say you got the pulling out the wedgie video and it's something or nothing. No, I've gone over that video when it first came out. But that was obviously something. Come on. Something. You said a little something. Okay, all right. Respectful. All right, you say a little something. Playing head games. Let's go. This is not even a soft moment. This is not even a scene. I like how Paige calls it. She calls it head magnets in this joint. But this isn't even a Lenamiu scene. This is a scene between Mew and Non and Junji. That's not what I'm talking about though. Not this part. They are, and you know, the crazy part about this is Mew is the affectionate one. Mew is the affectionate one. So whenever I see Lena do all these unnecessary acts of affection or displays of affection, and then when she's the one that initiates it, it always makes me go, I wonder. I wonder. The little head rub with the little finger taps and stuff like that. It's the little things like that that just, they are, and I'm telling you, if you go watch these reaction videos or just watch any of their interviews, guys, even when they're with other people, they are constantly touching each other. You will see in every video, in every video where Lena and you are in it, there is always going to be several instances of unnecessary touching. Always, always, always. And if they showed more behind the scene footage, it would probably be even more than that, than what we see in what's edited and presented to us. So, something or nothing. They sat like this the whole series. They were touching the whole series. Lena had the first 4 episodes when they was in these outfits, Lena basically had her hand on Mew's thigh the whole time. Okay, we agree. This is something. All right. You see, we cooking with grease now. Everything is starting to feel like something now. Everything is starting to feel like something now. Everything is starting to feel like something now. Okay, here we go. Butterfly earrings. Now, this is a question mark because I'm not 100% certain. So you guys tell me. Hold on. Am I tripping? Are those butterfly earrings or no? It won't. I hate that it won't let me zoom. Are those butterfly earrings or no? I can't really tell from here, but it looked like the butterfly. It looked like the earrings that go with the necklace that she used to wear before Lena gave her the replacement. Do those look like butterfly earrings or no? I don't know, but it looks like the necklace that she used to wear, which I felt was a memento or reminded her of Lena. And what I found very interesting is after Mew stopped wearing that butterfly necklace, her mother started wearing it. And every once in a while, Lena puts it on. But, yeah. Every once in a while, Mew puts it on, yeah. I don't know. So I put this here more as a question for y'all. I couldn't tell, and it won't let me really zoom in. It looks like butterfly earrings though. Oh, you said I do believe. Yes, I remember talk of this when these first came out. Okay, yeah. All right, cool. All right, well, that wasn't a something or nothing question. That was more like, do y'all see butterfly earrings or no? So y'all agree? Y'all think that those are butterfly earrings as well? All right, now here we go. Jealous type or chill type? Ooh, this is a good one.
Jealous type or chill type? Jealous type. Chill type.
Watch this.
Am I? No.
Caught yourself. Caught themselves. Why would Lena answer that question? This was Manila, y'all. Why would Lena answer that question? Why would you ask Lena if you're the jealous type? And Lena was quick to be like, at first she was about to answer, and then she was like, and then she was like, I don't know. And then Mew was like, no. Immediately she was like, am I the jealous type? No. And then she looked away quickly. Come on, man. Stop playing with us. Come on, stop playing with us. And the way Lena looked when she said she was the chill type, Lena was like, okay.
Jealous type. Chill type.
Now, Lena clearly looked like she didn't agree with Mew's answer. Talk about it. Listen, you got to pay attention. When the behavior doesn't align, you got to ask yourself why. Right here, when Mew says, I look like the chill type, or when she says I'm the chill type, Lena immediately had a reaction like, girl, please, of disbelief. That's clearly a reaction of disbelief. And then, then Mew goes, am I? Because of the look of disbelief that Lena gives her. And then Lena goes, I don't know. How you gonna say I don't know after you just looked at her in disbelief off the answer she gave initially? And then Mew turns around and says no real quick. Man, get out of here, bro. Listen.
Jealous type. Chill type. Am I? No.
Okay, can confirm it was the butterfly earring. She took a TikTok from that day where you can see them. Boom. All right, bet. We good on that one. Again, more evidence into the locker. So, something or nothing, guys. Something or nothing. Something or nothing. Something or nothing. You say something, you say something, you say something, you say something. Definitely something. Definitely something. All right, bet. Bet. Bet, bet, bet. Okay, so everybody says something. So we all agree that that is definitely something. I agree with you guys. Okay, now. This is one of my favorite Lenamiu vlogs because we got so much good content out of it. It's the one featuring, it's part 2 of the one featuring my babies Ling and Orm. But what I really peeped about this joint was how many unnecessary waist grabs there were between Lena and Mew. While Ling and Orm are walking around being, you know, normal or like old married couple status, Lena and Mew are hugged up all over each other on some we just got together type shit. Nope. You want to see it? I wrote a song about it when it hit. Here it go. This is the first waist grab. Hold on, did you see it? Hold on. It was quick. You gotta catch it. Hold on. That's Lena with the black on. That's Lena right there. This is Lena. This is Mew. Alright. Oops, my bad. I muted it. That's Lena and Mew. Alright, cool. That's the first waist grab. That was a minute in. Alright, bet. Second waist grab. Lena is carrying the bag, holding the phones, and all Mew got is the it look like all Mew got is the fan, and yet Lena's using her other hand to usher Shorty up the ramp. This is what I'm saying. Like, look at them. I know it's fucking hot outside. It ain't bang. I know it's hot. Lena is such a boyfriend. That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, I was like, bro, these unnecessary ass waist grabs. Shorty, don't look. She started from back here. Look, she started from the bottom of the ramp. Look, from the bottom of the ramp, she already getting in position to usher Shorty up. Old married couple versus newlyweds. That's the exact vibe I got throughout this whole thing. It was the old married couple versus the newlyweds, bro. Old married couple. I was sitting here like, bro, but it's funny to see how affectionate these two are when they're literally sitting right next to. And the thing about it is, and it's not even a competition or a comparison, but I will say Lena and Mew are consistently the most affectionate couple anytime they're in the room. It doesn't matter if they're with Channel 3 girls. It don't matter if they're with GMMTV girls or they're just with random people or whatever. They are always going to be the most affectionate ones in the room. Unless Shelly and Pundao are in there. I don't know. That would be very interesting to see. But Lena and Mew are always going to be the two most affectionate ones in the room. They did it at the Christmas joint. They did it with this joint. They did it in the two vlogs they did with Lena and Orm. They did it in the vlog they did with with and Bam. They're going to always be this. All right? You go, okay, two. Now, mind you, this was a minute 33 seconds in. So this was only, this was less than 20 seconds later. This was less than 20 seconds later in the vlog. Or in the video, not in real time, but 20 seconds later in the video, already a second waist grab. All right, boom. You got the first waist grab, you got the second waist grab. Okay, cool. Third waist grab. I'm not even asking y'all if this is something. Third waist grab. Hold on, it went so fast. This is the third waist grab. This time, and look at them. This is what I'm saying, bruh. Look at how mute. Look at, you can, this is when I love when you can have a difference. This is how somebody looks at somebody when they're just laughing and admiring them. This is how somebody looks at them when they're just laughing and admiring them. This is how you look at somebody when you're deeply, madly fucking in love. You can literally see the difference, bro. You can literally see the difference, bro. Look at the way that Mew is looking at Shorty versus the way Ling and Orm are looking. The way Ling and Orm are looking at her is the way a friend looks at her. It's the way a person who doesn't have an intimate relationship with her will look at her. The way Mew is looking at her, they look like they just snuck back from being in the bathroom together, dog. Come on. They look like they just pulled a Chanel party on us. Yes, Lena and Mew are tall. They are. But this, look at this, bruh. But look, hold on. This is the third waist grab. Boom. This is the third waist grab. This is the third waist grab. Look at them. Look at them. Now, even in this, Orm got her arm on Ling's shoulder. So she's creating there's affection there. But Mew and Lena still, like I said, even when the other couple is showing affection, Lena and Mew are gonna always be more affectionate. It's like they can't help the shit. They just always gonna cling to each other in a more gay way. You know what I'm saying? Like Orm got her arm around Ling like they besties on some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still affectionate, but it's like it gives. People talk about the higher the arm or the higher the hand up on a woman's body, the more platonic they are. So if your arm, and don't take this the wrong way, just relax. This is, y'all know, this is just based on truth. Normally when you hug somebody up here, especially like from the side, it's more of a friendly hug. But when you are standing next to somebody and you got your hand wrapped around their waist standing next to them, that's more intimate. This is not an indication of which couple is more intimate. I'm only talking because I got to do this because otherwise it'll be a whole fucking fan war. This is only for analytical purposes. And we're talking about Lena and Mew. And this is evidential entries for Lena and Mew. This is not a knock against Ling and Orm. It's just showing you the difference in affection. Some couples do act more like brother and sister or siblings when they are in public because they're just not comfortable with PDA. Then you got couples like Lena and Mew, who, if given the opportunity, they would probably slob each other down at any given time because they seem to enjoy watching themselves on camera kissing. Remember when Mew was like, oh, now they know what we look like when we kiss. Now the world knows what y'all look like when y'all kiss. Why did you want us to know? This is given on, y'all almost forgot. Almost forgot that this was, you almost forgot. Anyway, third waist grab. And third waist grab goes immediately into, again, the affection. Look at this. You got Ling on one side. You got Orm on the other side. Their feet are touching. Again, still showing affection. But you got Lena and Mew in the middle. Arms linked, dog. They can't help it. Look at how Ling be holding on to. Listen, I got a whole other theory about that too, though. Lena's holding on to Mew. Like, where you think, like, she finna slip between the rails into the water. Why is she holding that girl so tight? I got a theory. Something or nothing, guys. The waist grabs, the locked arms, something or nothing. That is Lena's hand. Hold on, look. This is Lena's hand, and this is Lena's hand. This is Mew's hand, and Mew's other hand is right back here. Hold on, show you. That's Mew's hand right there. That's Mew's hand, and that's Mew's hand. That's Lena's hand, and that's Lena's hand. She locked on Mew's arm like, I don't know where she thought Shorty was going. But, something or something or something or something? Something or something or something or something? Yeah, this is definitely something. I think it would be very difficult to say that this is not something, especially when, you know what I'm saying, you have a whole other couple who you know are affectionate towards each other, have love for each other, and Lena and Mew are still out-gaying the gays. You see what I'm saying? Out-gaying Ling and Orm. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely something. Definitely something. All right, let's go. Oh, let's talk about this one. I never tried it. So let me give you some context here, because as you can see, Mew's face, she don't play. So in this, they were talking about meals that reminded them of when they was kids, and Lena was talking about a soup that her mother makes, and it's regional to Chiang Mai, and it always reminded her, whenever her mom makes it, it always reminds her of being back home and growing up as a little girl in Chiang Mai. Well, during this conversation, Orm was saying how May Koi during COVID would buy this particular soup from Lena's mom, Mama Gigi, and because Mama Gigi was selling it during COVID and shit like that, in the apartment. And so Orm was saying, yo, my mom bought it. She said the first time I ever had it was, Orm was saying the first time she ever had that soup, it was cooked by Lena's mom. And now she said Lena's mom's version is her favorite and the only person's joint she wants to eat, basically. Man, look at Mew. Mew said I never tried it. Look. Mew said I never tried it. Look at Mew over there. Look, Lena's literally getting it. Orm is just over here trying to have a good trying to have a camaraderie moment. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bond with Lena. And Lena and Ling Ling just over here enjoying the joint. And, well, I don't know. You can't really tell what Ling got going on. And then Lena looked like she got to over here explain herself to Mew. I have come to the realization. This reminds me very much of episode 1 when she was like, we ain't do that. We ain't do that with the braised egg scene. It was like, girl, I am convinced that if Mew finds out that any woman has done anything or had any experience with Lena that she has not yet had, she has to do it too. I am convinced, bro, that if any woman has an experience with Lena that she has yet to have, she's like, bro, I ain't never tried it. Why the fuck I ain't had your mama's soup? She said, why the fuck I ain't had your mama's soup? Ling was grubbing, dog. No, I ain't gonna hold you. Ling was grubbing. But see, she was like, the first time I had the rice. She said the first time I ever tried it, it was Lena's mom. And she said since then it's her favorite. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, I really wish they weren't all talking at the same time because I really want to know what Mew said. They didn't translate that. They only translated what Orm said. They didn't translate. I want to know what Mew said right there. McCoy, the truth though, for real. All right. Anyway, something or nothing. Y'all think she was being jealous, or y'all think she was just being? I don't even know what else it would be. I think she was just being jealous. I think she was just being Mew. Was she being jealous or was she being Mew? Something or nothing. What we got? Something or nothing, y'all. Something or nothing. Nothing. Okay. Y'all say no. Jealous equals something. Yeah, jealous equals something. Exactly. Yeah, jealous equals something. She was being chill. Okay. Something, her possessive is showing. Okay, nothing. Okay, fair enough. So some people say they felt like that was something. Some people say it was nothing. Okay, bet. Let's see. Once again, Lena trying to get in. You know, it has to be said before I get into this. Once again, Lena trying to get in this girl's house. I don't think that it is highlighted enough how often Lena invites herself to Mew's house. And I'm not even joking. I believe that if you pull up 5, or let's say 10, give a nice big round number. If you pull up 10 Lenamiu videos, 8 out of 10, and I'm not exaggerating because I'm going to say something even more ridiculous. 8 out of those 10 videos Lena will mention trying to get to Mew's house, and 6 out of 10 of those videos, she'll mention it more than once to make sure that it's, you know what I'm saying? So this just watch. She said these are my signature dishes. She was talking about the food that she likes to cook at home. So she was saying these are the signature dishes that I like to have made at home. If you see these, then they're definitely my idea. Here come Lena. I have to try. I gotta go to your house. Here come Lena telling me, oh man, yeah, I gotta try that. I gotta go to your house. How often do you go to her house? She talks about going to Mew's house so often, I have to assume she actually goes to Mew's house that often. Every single time I turn around, she talking about going to Mew's house. There's no way she's talking about it this much and she only been one time. Shorty talks about going to Mew's house like, I digress. Something or nothing. Maybe she just wants to try the cuisines. Something or nothing, guys. Come on, give it to me. Is Lena trying to be a roommate? Is Lena trying to be a roommate or no? Something or nothing, guys. He said, shit, I want to go to Mew's house. Oh God, yo, listen, I think we all want to go to Mew's house. Something. Okay. She always says it too. It's got to be something. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, so we pretty much agree that that's something. All right, cool. All right, so everybody in agreement that definitely feels like something. I'm with you. She can have Mew's food elsewhere too. Right, she can literally bring the food to the set or wherever else, right? You don't got to go to Mew's house. But apparently Lena has to go to Mew's house because she's always trying to get up in that bitch. She is always trying to get up in that house. Okay. Ooh. I'm going to just put, what don't you eat? This was very interesting. Now, let me get some context. First of all, this is prior to that New Year's Eve trip from this past New Year's Eve, which got everybody up in an uproar, had Lena getting online like, Mew called me and showed me who was there type shit, which don't get me started. Get me started. I talked about that extensively in the inner circle. In the tribunal. That whole thing was, I ain't gonna say too much publicly, but that whole thing was weird. And what was really weird about the whole situation was when, well, that wasn't the weirdest part. The weirdest part was the other part. But the part that I can say publicly, because it's already public, it's not my opinion, was the fact that Lena got online the next day and was like, she stalled all that shit out before the rumors could even really get started. Lena's like, Mew called me while she was with Shorty, talking about Ling Ling and Do and Cherry and them at the beach in Pattaya, wherever. And she was like, she showed, why would Mew feel the need to call Shorty and show her who was with her? I just thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? I think we all found that interesting. I think we all found that to be something. So, watch this. So, in this instance, they're talking about Mew's weird food preferences. And so, Ling says, what don't you eat? Talking to Mew. Watch this interaction.
อันนี้ก็เป็นชื่อว่ากุ้งเบลลี่
อ๋ออ้าวมันจะเหมือนแบบปลาดุกฟูนะที่แบบเจาะลงไปแล้วมันก็หักเลยอ่ะ
ปลาดุก
Arm over there,
แต่หนู
brother.
จะกินเป็นไหมเนี่ยมันเป็นกุ้ง ไม่
Watch
กิน
this.
อะไรบ้าง
Now she said, what don't you eat? This is Ling asking Mew, what don't you eat? Watch this.
ไม่ซีฟู้ดกับสัตว์ปีก
Seafood and poultry, white food. So watch.
ไม่กินอะไรบ้างไม่ซีฟู้ดกับสัตว์ปีก
So she says that she doesn't eat Mew answers and says, I don't eat seafood and poultry. And Lena says, I don't eat white food. Or Lena says, and white food. Now, Ling misunderstood this and thought that Lena was answering for Lena. How do I know? Because watch.
คือเอาต้มนึ่งๆได้แล้ววันนั้นน่ะเหมือนไปกองเขาจัดอาหารดูยากวันนั้น
She's talking about how difficult it was when they went to the catering. Watch. I'm trying to get to a part. Hold on.
เขาจัดแบบเหมือนจัดยากมากอ่ะคนนี้ไม่กินอาหารสีขาวอีกคนนึงไม่
So she thought that Lena was answering for herself. She said, I thought catering was difficult. She said, because this one doesn't eat white food, and then the other doesn't eat seafood and poultry. Watch Mew correct her.
ซีฟู้ดสองอันนั้นน่ะเป็นคนเดียวกัน
She said, no, actually, it's the same person. She said, look, she said, oh, you don't eat white food and seafood. Bro, Lena answered for Shorty. Ling said, what don't you eat? And Lena leaned forward and said, white food. Why you talking to her? Talk to me. Why is she answering from you? And I love how Lena was like, nah, bruh.
Seafood.
I love how Lena didn't correct her. Mew did.
Seafood.
And Mew said, nah. She said, yeah.
อ๋อไม่กินอาหารสีขาวแบบซีฟู้ดแล้วก็สัตว์ปีกพวกไก่เป็ดห่านไม่กินเลยไม่กินส่วนบ้านหนูกินได้หมดพี่กินได้หมดหนูกินง่ายมาก
And she said, you eat everything. Something or nothing. Was she just trying to show she. What was the reason for her answering from you? Just to show that she knew, or she's just used to answering from you? I don't know if there's any way that this wouldn't look exactly possessive. This definitely, you know what I'm saying? C Method said nothing. Okay, I feel you. We'll see. Okay, no problem. I give you that. You say this is nothing. You say Lena was just answering for a friend, huh? Either way, it shows possessiveness. You get that, right? Ling asked Mew the question. Lena answered. Whether she was answering as her friend or answering as something else, she answered for Mew. For what? Okay, most of us say, it looks like 99% of everybody says something. And then C Method says nothing. All right, cool, bet. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Matter of fact, hold on. Hold on. Hold up. I think I missed something. Oh yeah, I did. Let me bring this. Hold on. Let me bring this back up. Oh, hold on. There's another part to that jealous that I didn't let it play out. Hold on. I'm sorry. That I was like, wait, I'm missing a part. Hold up.
ไม่กินอะไรบ้างจำได้แล้ววันนั้นมีหอยทอดวันนั้นมีวันนี้ไม่กินนะผัดปีกพวกไก่เป็ดห่านไม่กินเลยไม่กินส่วนบ้านหนูกินได้หมดพี่หลากหลายชนิดขนาดนั้นไข่เจียวเสมอก็คือไข่เจียวอะไรที่เป็นไข่หนูกินได้หมดโตมากับไข่แต่ไม่กินไข่ต้มกินแล้วไอ้หนูกินได้หมดโตมากับไข่แต่ไม่กินไข่ต้ม
But not boiled eggs. See, I don't know. This is not the part I was talking about. But go watch this whole segment. As you continue to watch this segment very much felt like Lena trying to prove that she knows Mew better than everybody else. Let me continue.
แต่มันเป็นสีขาวนะแต่ว่าต้องหยอกแบบทาคุมิให้มันแบบมีสีน้ำตาลหน่อยโอเคได้โอเคแค่สงสัยเฉยๆว่าแบบอาหารกองฟิกไว้แล้วไงแล้วถ้าแบบว่าไม่กินอาหารทะเลไม่กินสัตว์ปีกไม่กินอาหารสีขาวไข่เจียวอันนี้พี่หลิงพูดนั้นเป็นโจ๊กหมดจริงๆหรือว่ากินง่ายก็กินแค่ไข่เจียวเลยเก่งมากเฮ้ยพี่หลิงยังเข้าใจเลยอ่ะกินยากแบบกินง่ายอ่ะก็เลย
This whole part right here.
พี่หลิงยังเข้าใจเลยอ่ะ
She said, "See, very smart." You see, Ling gets it, and Lena was like, "I get it too." She was like, "You're hard, but also easy to feed." She was like, "I get it too." And then Ling says, "Yeah, she's flexible. She can eat egg whites because she can drizzle Maggi seasoning on or whatever, Maggi whatever."
ก็คือว่ากินแบบ flexible พี่หลิงเพราะอะไรบ้าง
And then she's like, "Ling, and then she goes, "Yes." And then Lena goes, "Ling is a very positive person." You don't have to speak Thai to tell the tone that Lena said that in. She was like, "Ling's a very positive person," type shit. You know what I'm talking about. And then Mew was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Hey, that's good." And then she goes, "Lena, you're negative."
ไม่เคยเขาดูแล้วไม่เลยไม่พี่หลิงเพราะว่าอาหารสีขาวจริงๆแล้วอ่ะมันจืดมิวเลยไม่ชอบไม่ชอบจืดมันไม่ใช่เรื่องสีเรื่องอะไรแต่มิวรู้สึกว่าอาหารสีขาวทั่วไปอ่ะมันจะจืด
Hold on.
ด้วยกันก็คือเหมือนแบบ
ไปกัน2 คนแรกที่ไปกัน2 คนก็คือพวกเรา
Oh, maybe it was after that. Oh, maybe it was after this. Okay, you know what? Maybe it was this. I guess it wasn't right there. There's another part where it must be this. Okay, let's get to the first. Let's just move to the next one. So most of us agree that was something. Okay. So this is them talking about their first conversation. This is first conversation. I'm pretty sure it's right here, but this is them talking about their first conversation. Mew says this was our first, it was the first conversation where we got to open up to one another. This wasn't their first conversation, but she's saying the first time they had a deep talk, it was just the two of them and they were having dinner and they was having shabu or whatever. And she said, she goes, before that, we talked superficially as like sisters. The way Lena disappears out of frame is crazy. Her and frame my ass. Hey, yo, her and frame my ass. Her and frame my ass. Look. The way Lena said, oh. And she was like, so y'all not sisters no more? Watch the way Mew panics through this. Mew goes, I mean, and Lena's like, no, it got deeper. Just say it got deeper. Mew's like, I don't know what to say. Look.
ก็หมายถึงก็ลึกก็อะไรอะตอบไม่ดีอะ
ลึกซึ้งขึ้น
คุยกันแบบดีขึ้นปกติมันก็คุยแบบผิวเผินแบบไม่ได้ลง
แบบคุยเรื่องเครื่อง
emotional
สำอางเรื่องนู่นนี่นั่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
They both over talking each other. She trying to explain this joint. Listen.
คุยกันแบบ
เรื่องจริง
heart
จั
to
ง
heart you know
Heart to heart
คุย deep talk deep talk ซึ่งพวกเราอะชอบ deep talk มาก
ใช่
ๆใช่
And we love having deep talks. Okay, now.
จริงๆมันมีหลาย
Oh, damn. No, where's that moment at? Oh, where's that fucking moment at? I thought shoot. It has to be, I missed it. I know it was in this episode though. Interesting. I thought that I saved that. Hold up, man.
แต่มีคนเล่นบอร์ดชอบมากกับพี่ลิชี่
Where is that fucking moment at, bro? Damn it! I thought I clipped it. I guess I
เพราะว่า
didn't.
เรากินกับเพื่อนเราเลยสนุกอะความรู้สึกเพราะฉะนั้นเวลาใคร
No, skip all of this bullshit.
แล้วเหมือนอยู่ดีๆก่อนอะไรสนิทสันของก็แบบน้องออมตอนแรกหญิงจะไม่ไปจับให้เราอยู่อันนี้ค่อยๆแต่ละด้านก็เลยกลายเป็นพิเศษทุกคนที่อยู่ดีจะโชคดีจังเลยเลยก็บอกอยู่ตลอดมันไม่ใช่ทุกคนที่อยู่ดีจะมาแบบเฮ้ยเราจะรู้สึกเรามีเพื่อนหลายคนใช่ไหมก็ไม่รู้ว่าจริงๆว่าหลิงก็ไม่ได้เป็นคนอยู่แล้วแต่ในส่วนของหลิงส่วนมากก็จะออกมาจากการกระทำใช่ก็
Damn it!
คือทุกวันนี้เราเกิดอะไรขึ้นอะอะไรตลอดเลยอะ
ด้วยความที่เราเกิดวันเดียวกันด้วย
จริงป่ะ
Oh, so, okay. Yes. Okay, here it is.
แค่คนละปีแต่ว่าแบบเดือนกับ
Okay, is this?
เดือนกับวันเหมือนกันแค่คนละปีแต่ว่าแบบเดือนกับปีเหมือนเดือน
พฤศจิกาเหมือนกัน
Did you see it? Watch.
กันด้วย
จริงป่ะ
Hold on. First of all, let me fucking clip this right now. Let me fucking clip this right now and put it right here. Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly. Boom. All right. Look.
มากเพราะเรามีอะไรที่คล้ายกันมากๆเพราะด้วยความที่เราเกิดวันเดียวกันด้วย
จริงป่ะ
So this is them telling Orm and Ling about them being born on the same day, different years. Ling, they were both genuinely impressed and surprised. Ling specifically, though, for some reason, looked past Lena and was only talking to Mew.
ก็เกิดวันเดียว
เป๊ะ
กัน
เลย25พฤศจิกาเหมือนกัน
So right here, you can literally see Orm is looking off camera. Orm looking off camera like it's extra. And Ling is looking directly at Mew. Mew's looking directly at Ling. Lena is looking at Ling. And then watch this.
แค่คนละปี
She looked at Ling. And then she looked at Mew.
แต่ว่าแบบ
And then she said,
เดือนกับวัน
and she leaned down and put her head in between and said, block the visual. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Listen, I don't care. Listen, I do not care, bruh. She looked at Ling, and then she looked at Mew.
เป๊ะเลย25พฤศจิกาเหมือนกัน
แค่คนละปี
Because why was Lena the one talking, but Ling was looking at
พฤศ
Mew?
จิกาเหมือนกัน
แค่คนละปีแต่ว่าแบบเดือนกับปีเหมือนเดือนกับวันเหมือนกัน
ก็เลยรู้สึกว่าเหมือนมันจะมีบางอย่างที่เราซิงกันโดยที่เรา
And then proceeds to go into the we're in sync, which was the next clip I was getting ready to bring up anyway. Then proceeds to go into the we're in sync as they literally sync up. Watch.
แค่คนละปี
Lena said we need to reset.
เดือนกับวันเหมือนกัน
Same month,
ก็
same
เลย
year.
รู้สึกว่าเหมือนมันจะมีบางอย่างที่เราซิงกันโดยที่เรา
And then they sync
ไม่
up.
พยายามอะไรเลยแบบ
And look how Mew started looking at her. Lena was like, she said, she hit Mew with the Ike turn. You better find your ass. She hit Shorty with the, you better find your ass. No, but they reset. That's actually a thing that they do. I don't like, and I'll prove that to you. They have a thing where they reset. Lena and Mew do this thing where they lock eyes, and they kind of like reset. And whenever they do that, they sync up. They really do. When they say that they have conversations with their eyes, they really do. Lena said, let's pack it up. She said, right,
ที่
she
เรา
said.
ซิงกันโดยที่เราไม่ต้องพยายามอะไรเลยแบบหนูว่าแบบคิดอย่างนี้ชัวร์แล้วมันก็เป็นอย่างนั้นจริงๆอะไรเงี้ยหนูว่าน้องเป็นเซฟโซนในมุมที่ว่าเขาจะเป็น
Anyway, something or nothing, guys. That whole little interaction exchange was, something or nothing. This whole little piece right here that we just looked at, something or nothing. What are your thoughts? Something or nothing. Very much something. Yeah. It was pretty hard to deny the look from Ling. First of all, Ling looking past Lena, and the look at Ling, and then the turn and look at Mew, and then all of a sudden something going on with her shoe, and she like putting her head in between them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Not the something and a half. Listen. And it's not that I think that Ling, I want y'all to be clear. I'm not trying to paint a narrative that people are trying to paint that whole Ling Mew thing. I don't think that it's a situation where Lena is thinking that Ling is an actual threat. That's not what it's about. It's the same way she reacted to the and Bam thing. It's the same way she reacted to Ling, the top, her Mew reposting talking about some, if you get, and before you can be a top, you got to be a charming girl or a cute girl like me. All this other with her friends and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to actually be a threat. When Lena said that she's more jealous, it's in general. I don't think that she likes it when anybody occupies Mew's attention. It's that even if this person is not an actual viable threat, because I don't believe in that Ling Mew shit. I think that was so fake and made up, and people just reaching because they don't like they don't like Ling's partner and Mew's partner, so they trying to force them together, try to make something happen. And it sounds stupid and it looks stupid, but Lena is irrationally jealous. It would seem. She's very possessive of Mew. That's the whole point of it, right? That's the whole point of it. Now. Let's move to this part right here. Again, I keep trying to remind y'all, Peem didn't bring shit out of Lena and Mew, specifically out of Lena.
นี่ตรงนี้มุมเป็นมุมแสงเข้าฝั่งนี้เพราะฉะนั้นอยู่ตรงนี้ไหมใช่ไม่เอาขอมุมแบบมุมโปรดได้ปะพี่ขอสีน้ำตาล
She just be walking Lena like a dog. Lena was like, yeah, babe, let's take a picture right here. The lighting is great. Mew was like, yeah, good. Let's go walk over here. Let's go take a picture of my favorite spot.
นั้นอยู่ตรงนี้ไหมใช่ไม่เอาขอมุมแบบมุมโปรดได้ปะพี่ขอสีน้ำตาล
She just like, okay, immediately.
เอาอันนี้ก็ได้มุมโปรดได้ปะพี่ขอสีน้ำตาล
I want a lot of brown. So she said, nah, can we do my favorite spot? She said, I want a lot of brown. Lena goes, brown. Too bad I'm not wearing brown today, implying that Mew wants a lot of brown, implying that she wants to be wanted by Mew. And it's not the first time Mew has made a reference to liking brown food, and Lena being like, my eyebrows are brown, my eyes are brown, and my hair is brown. And Mew was like, she was like, I can't eat that. And Lena was like, like, it's an ongoing thing where every time Mew mentions brown anything and wanting it or eating it or anything like that, Lena's always alluding to this, something of this nature. She is literally always doing the most with this shit. Something or nothing, guys. Come on. Something or nothing. Ah, too bad I'm not wearing brown today. Something or nothing, man. Something or nothing. Something. This is definitely one of those undeniable somethings. She's obviously implying wanting to be wanted and eaten by Mew. 100% something. Tongta, aka Cupid again. Here we go. Moving on to the next vid. Hold up. Ambulove, another great Lena and Mew interview. Go watch it if you haven't had a chance to. So this is once again them just talking about Mew, her talking about how Tongta was the one that set this shit up. But listen, every single time they tell this joint, it gets a little bit more. It feels, every time I hear this joint in a different context, it feels more and more like this was just a straight setup. because again, from what I remember, Lena and Mew they weren't in the same faculty. Right? And I get it. It doesn't mean that they couldn't study together. It's just weird that Tongta invited Mew to study with them when they were all a part of one faculty in a whole different grade. And, yeah, so
ตั้งแต่จุฬาแล้ว
เอาไม่รู้จักกันที่จุฬาเลยเหรอ
ใช่เพราะว่ามีเพื่อนสนิทหนูคนนึงรู้จักกับน้องมาตั้งแต่เด็ก
she said, yeah, because one of my best friends who's known her since they were kids.
จุฬา
ตั้งแต่จุฬาแล้ว
เอาไม่รู้จักกันที่จุฬาเลยเหรอ
ใช่เพราะว่ามีเพื่อนสนิทหนูคนนึงรู้จักกับน้องมาตั้งแต่เด็กแล้วเหมือนแบบพามารู้จักกันตอนนั้น
That friend introduced us.
แล้วเหมือนพามารู้จักกัน
Introduced us and said, this is Mew, something like that.
ก็รู้สึกว่าน้อง
And I thought she was cute.
กี่ปีแล้วนะ
Why? Lena, Tongta, and Mew, 3 different faculties. Listen, Lena. Listen, Stink. I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I tell you this. You keep talking about this meeting with Mew as if it was Tongta's intention to link y'all up. Y'all have referred to Tongta as Cupid on several occasions. I have never, in the lifetime of many friendships that I've had, ever referred to a friend who linked me with another friend and we became just friends. I have never referred to them as Cupid. That's weird. If I met somebody through somebody else and we're all friends, I would not say, yo, they played Cupid for me to meet, even if me and this person became best of friends, which Lena and Mew did not, by the way, did not become the best of friends. So I'm trying to figure out, again, y'all know my trope is they were never friends. The whole premise of my theory is it rests upon, it rests its laurels upon the fact that they were never friends, TWNF, hashtag that shit. So, this whole little, every time they tell this story, it just sounds more and more like a blind date. I was trying not to, you know what I mean? Every time they tell this story, it just feels more and more like a blind date. It feels more and more like a blind date. So, again, very, very interesting words they use when describing this meeting, when describing Tongta and her role in the equation. It's all very, I don't know, you guys tell me, something or nothing. Something or nothing. Never let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your future wife. Listen. Same with the audition story. It gets more sus each time they describe it. Yeah, exactly. Something or nothing, guys. Something or nothing. Best something. Oh, now that's the question, Hyatt. Yeah, what was the question, Hyatt? And did Tongta set it up, or did Lena ask Tongta to set it up, or did Mew ask Tongta to set it up? Remember, they both were aware of each other before they met each other, and they both knew that Tongta knew the both of them. So who knows? That's my right, exactly, Slick. So it's like, was it both? They both could have asked, if you ask me. The way that they talk about this joint, the way that they both were already liking each other's shit before they met, and you know what I'm saying? No. So we all agree that this is something. I agree. Anytime they tell this story about how they met, it's always gonna give something for me, because the way they talk about it. Say, I really want to know more about this brown food thing. Why does this keep coming up? Why does this keep coming up? Why is Lena the one that keeps bringing it up? What is it about Lena that she likes mentioning that girl like brown food? That's always the thing. Whenever somebody goes, what do you need to know about Mew? she like brown food. Why is that always her go-to? It's starting to feel like maybe she's not always talking about food. It's starting to feel like, I'm not saying that in a vacuum. You'll understand what I mean when we get into a later moment in this video.
เชิญมิวขึ้นมาเลยแล้วฉันขอทิ้งท้ายเอาไว้ว่า2คนนี้มีอะไรเหมือนกันเยอะมากประหนึ่งว่าเป็นโซลเมทกัน
So she said, y'all two have a lot in common. Y'all are like soulmates. Look at Lena
เดี๋ยว
back
เชิญ
there.
นิวขึ้นมาเลยค่ะแล้วฉันขอทิ้งท้ายเอาไว้ว่าสองคนนี้มีอะไรเหมือนกันเยอะมากประหนึ่งว่าเป็นโซลเมตกัน
โอเค let's go
She said y'all are like so. She said, oh my god, y'all have so much in common. Y'all are like soulmates. Lena back there whispered to herself, soulmates. Not her back there whispering it to herself.
สองคนนี้มีอะไรเหมือนกันเยอะมาก
The soulmate whisper echo is
โอเค
crazy.
let's go
Back there saying it to herself. She wasn't saying it to nobody but
โอ
her.
เค let's go
Soulmate. Something or nothing. Back there repeating that shit to herself for whatever reason. Something or nothing. The soulmate echo whisper. And her having like a realization, like she like soulmate or no. You said I'm weak, I never noticed that. Come on now, you know I be studying these joints. I be studying these videos. Her literally sitting there like soulmates. Like, girl, whispering that shit back to yourself is crazy. Something gay. Listen, it's definitely something. It's like, right, get a grip, Lena. That's what. Get a fucking grip, girl. Hold up, let's keep it moving. So, y'all say something? I can be your brown food. You stupid. Not with her whispering, I can be your brown food. Okay. Oh, the name game. Now, this is very interesting.
เดือนเดียวกัน
This is again a part of this weird synchronicity that these two women have in their lives, beginning with the day they were born and the parallels and the similarities. And it's so funny because the context of their life is mirror image, but they are still very different women. You know what I mean? Like they share the angel kiss dimple. They're the same height. They both went to the same college. One was a drum major. One was a cheerleader. You know, they were born on the same day, same month. They share a close friend in tone time. I mean, like, guys, it seemed like from the moment, no joke, from the moment these two women were born, it literally seemed like the universe was like, and literally just pushing them together. Just pushing them together. Literally pushing them together. Exactly. They have the MBTI. Exactly. The I is just inverted. I think it's INFJ and then ENFJ. That's literally their personality codes. So this is very interesting. The host brings up, even your moms have the same name. This, now, I didn't know this. Not to this extent.
ชื่อเดียวกัน
จริงๆแล้วมันมีหลายชื่อเพราะจริง
Her mom. So when she said her mom, she means my mom. There, if you are new to Thai translation into English, Thais don't have as many possessive. They don't have as many tenses as we do, and they don't have as many they don't have possessive verbs and stuff like that, right? Possessive nouns. So a lot of times sometimes they mess it up and they'll say her when they mean my. It's okay. It's just a weird way sometimes that it gets translated. You gotta just know. So what she's saying is my mom's real name is Lena and her nickname is Gigi.
ชื่อเล็ก
And then she's saying her mom's nickname is Gigi.
คือจีจี
คือแม่หนูชื่อจี
ใช่
เธอเข้าใจ
And then Lena. So basically it's like this. Mew's mom's name is Lena, and then her partner's name is Lena, and then Mew's mom's nickname is Gigi, and Lena's mom's nickname is Gigi. Just go down the fucking. How many more goddamn similarities? How much shit in their lives is gonna mirror? And then I remember, if you go, because Lena's mom has 2 pages. One page she created right before the Paris Chanel trip, and that was like her public page so that she could promote her baby and Lena. But her other private page, it has Gigi in it. And I never put 2 and 2 together. I literally never put 2 and 2 together. I was like, oh my God, both of their mothers' nicknames are Gigi. And then Lena has the same name as Muse. I would be overwhelmed by how much we have in common. Like that would it would freak me out. I would have to question what we are. Like even if I wasn't attracted to women, I would have to question what we are. And then she said, "Have you ever had your fortunes told?"
สมพงษ์หรือว่าเราเกิดวันที่เท่าไหร่กัน25 พฤศจิกายนโหยากมากนะ
So yeah, that's rare. Yeah, we know. Listen, this joint is crazy. Yeah, it would overwhelm me too. I think it does overwhelm them at times. You know, like sometimes I think when they really sit and think about it, like when Lena was talking about like how when they're in Manila, when she was like, you know, when we watch the fans connect the dots, she's like, when we listen to our story, it really does feel like destiny. You know what I'm saying? And right, exactly, Bella. There goes that word rare again. Mew loves to use that word when she describes them. All right, here we go. This one is just wow, Lena. And you'll see why.
เพราะว่าลีน่าเป็นคนที่แบบคือมันไม่มี question อะ
Talking about Lena's beauty.
ลองเขาเดินลงมาแล้วก็ทุกคนก็ต้องแบบว้าว
You talking about how everybody responds when they first see Lena's beauty? She's so cute.
เขาเดินลงมาแล้วก็ทุกคนก็ต้องแบบว้าว
She said that was her literal reaction to Lena. Was whoa wow. Now I'm not reading into this. I'm not even gonna ask y'all if this is something or nothing. The only reason why I put this in there is because I thought it was so cute the way that Mew described Lena's beauty, and Lena's just over there just hard eyes, just cheesing and smiling. So adorable, so stinking adorable. Okay, it would make me really slow down so I don't get caught up in everything. Listen, no, Mew is so freaking adorable. I agree though, Slick Chick. I agree too. But I think that's the little by little, falling in love slowly, pieces. If you pay attention, that little by little, you know, we talked about it if you're in my inner circles and everything like that. The whole little by little thing, you know, it's a part of their story. It really is a part of their story. And it talks about how they've drawn closer to each other, getting to know each other little by little. You know what I'm saying? This joint is also not another... This moment right here is also just another cute Mew moment. It's not something or nothing. But Shorty was like... They asked... You know, they said... the host was basically like, you're such a pretty... You're both so pretty and soft. Do you curse? And... Lena was like, Mew hardly ever curses, which I thought was fine. I was like, now why are you telling us what she do? Tell us what you do. I know Lena be cursing. You can't. Lena probably curse like a sailor, bruh. But Mew doesn't. But then watch what she says right after she says, I don't curse.
คนพูดหมดเลยภาษาดอกไม้นี่เราแค่ไม่พูดใช่เพราะว่าเหมือนคุณหนูเคยพูดคำว่าแบบ holy shit ใช่ไหมคะคุณแม่แบบพูดไม่พอเคยพูดคำว่าแบบ holy shit ใช่ไหมคะ
Shorty was like, I don't even curse. I just be like, holy shit. She said, but her mom says, I said, holy shit. She said, my mom said that's not polite, so she told me to say sugar. I said, bruh, nah, that's hilarious. Not you talking about you don't curse and then proceeding to curse very well. That holy shit rolled off your tongue a little too easily, Shorty. That little holy shit rolled off your tongue a little too easy, stinker boy. But anyway, yeah, that was just a cute Mew moment I wanted to share with you guys. All right, let's get back into the something or nothings. Let's talk about this again. Going back to what we were just talking about with the last video. So, this was a game where they would say a name of a Channel 3 actress and they had to decide who name a Disney princess that they thought matched that person. So in this instance, it was Ling. Now, it was Ling Ling. Now, Lena described Ling as Pocahontas, which is when she said it, I said, oh, that's a good one. And she said it because she believes that Ling has a strong, like a quiet inner strength. Very straight to the point. She said Pocahontas. They said, why? She said, because I think she has a quiet inner strength. Cool. Then it was Mew's turn. Mew chose Cinderella, and she didn't know why she chose Cinderella. And so watch as she tries to figure out why she chose Cinderella for Ling, and you tell me what you think.
ก็เหมือนอยู่นะใช่พวกคอนทัสใช่แต่หลิงเหมือนพวกคอนทัสของยูเลือกอะไรนะซินเดอเรลล่าเพราะอะไรทำไมเราถึงรู้สึกว่าหลิงเหมือน
ไม่รู้พี่หลิงจะมีความแข็ง
Right here, she's talking about she picked right Pocahontas because she has quiet and strength. Now it's Mew.
จะเป็นมุมที่พี่หลิงหวานไง
And Mew said, well, maybe you picked Cinderella because of her sweet side. Boom, there was the answer right there, right? That was the answer.
ไม่รู้สึกว่าพี่หลิงอะเป็นคนที่จิตใจดีเขาเป็นคนที่คามมากๆแล้วซินเดอเรลล่าเขาเป็นคนที่จิตใจแบบคามแบบkind very kind นี่ก็เลยรู้สึกว่าเฮ้ยแวบแรกอะเพื่อนนี้แบบ
I'm tripping.
เขาเป็นคนที่คามมากๆแล้วซินเดอเรลล่าเขาเป็นคนที่จิตใจแบบคามแบบ
She looking like, bruh, you ain't all that extra talking you doing. Shorty she kind got good heart, man. All that extra shit you saying seem mad. Listen, Lena was like, the fuck is you got all this shit to say about Shorty? I don't care, bruh. This moment was definitely giving jealous. The way her head snapped around, she was like, bruh, go ahead. She was like, I already gave you, she was literally like, I already gave you a fucking answer. She because of her sweet side. All this extra pontificating you doing is unnecessary. Lena looked at us like, right? Lena looked at us like, you hear this shit? Literally.
ที่พี่หลิงหวาน
Right there, that was the answer.
รู้สึกว่าพี่หลิงอะเป็นคนที่จิตใจดีเขาเป็นคน
All that calm and gentle shit. She was like,
เขาเป็นคนที่จิตใจแบบคามแบบ
she said that calm the second time.
แล้วซินเดอเรลล่าเขาเป็นคนที่จิตใจแบบคามแบบkind very kind นี่ก็เลยรู้สึกว่าเฮ้ยแวบแรกอะเพื่อนนี้ไม่รู้ถูกไหมแต่แวบแรกเกินเนี่ยไม่เป็นไรข้อแรกไม่ตรงกัน
Listen, something or nothing, guys. Lena had an office moment, right? She looked us dead in the camera. She looked dead in the camera. Something or nothing, guys. Yeah, this was another very obvious something if you ask me. I mean, because otherwise that reaction is like, come on. Lena's like, I already gave you the answer. You sit here talking about some shorty calm and gentle and calm. Why you gotta say calm like that twice? You know what I'm saying? Calm. Something times 4. Listen. Right, that from Lena said a whole lot. Yeah, that was doing a lot of weightlifting, bruh. That was doing a whole lot of weightlifting. I promise you that, dude. I can promise you that. Then, hold on. Let's keep it going. All right, so we all agree that was definitely something. Yeah, and they both did the lip thing, yeah. I know. All right, now, this joint right here is crazy. Proof that Lena just does whatever Mew says. So, at this point, I think they had got a couple wrong, because the point was this was to test their synchronicity to see if they would think the same things, right? And they had already got a couple wrong, and so, they got the first 2 wrong, so this was question 3. And Mew was like, yo, Mew like, listen, we gonna fucking get the same answer, goddammit, even if we gotta cheat. Watch this.
ไม่ค่อยกลัวอะไรนะคะพี่อเล็กโอเค
Look at Mew looking at Lena like, look at me.
ยดายดาน่าสนใจมากถ้าจากลุคเซอร์มันก็ชัดเจนอยู่เอามาลอง
จากลุก
Look at Mew!
ชัดเจนอยู่
Lena is so fucking... If you know what the thing that bothered that irritates my soul when I'm trying to whisper and somebody go, huh? The fuck are you doing? Mew was obviously whispering. Mew was like, Snow White. Lena told me some, huh? Leaning in with she even leaned in with it, bro. I cannot with Lena. She's so serious.
น่าสนใจมากถ้าจากลุคเซอร์มันก็ชัดเจนอยู่เอามาลอง
จากลุก
เฮ้ยอะไรเอาเกี่ยวกับซิปอะไร
And watch Lena go ahead and just cheat with her.
Snow White ทำไมอ่ะต้องทำอะไรแต่ก็เหมือนโกง
She said they cheating. She said, yeah, I heard her whisper. Look at me. Tell me something. Even if you didn't hear Mew, look at Lena. Even if you didn't hear Lena, Lena one of the ones where I'd be like, oh my God, look at that girl over there. And Lena be like, her? Bitch, don't point. Like, fucking put your hand down. Here you go with this stupid shit. I can't take your ass nowhere. Oh my God, bro. They are the worst people, bro. Them non-subtle ass people. You be trying to talk shit about somebody and they be like, who, them? You fucking lame ass mom. No, bitch. Now I'm not talking about nobody. I'm talking about me. Now you mad as shit. No, I'm talking about me. Fuck out of here, bruh. Talking about me, goddammit. Just plucking the shit out of my nerves, right? So you would have plucked those shit out of Lena. Bro, I was rolling. I was rolling, dog. I said, man, that shit had me cracking up. Now, okay. Now, they cheated on that one. And I showed y'all that for context. That wasn't a something or nothing moment but that was for context. Now, watch this. This, they didn't cheat.
แต่ก็เหมือนทำงานนะที่ว่าทำงานแบบของขั้น
Oh, get your baby right.
ทำอะไรกันนะ
Get your little baby, get your baby right.
อ๋อแต่ก็เหมือนทำงานนะที่ว่าทำงานแบบของขั้น
Right after she licked her lips too.
ทำอะไรกันนะ
The way neither one of them, Lena ain't even flinch.
ทำอะไรกัน
She
นะ
knew
ฉัน
exactly
เห็น
what
นะ
this
จ๊ะ
was.
โอเคไปกันต่อไปหมิว
เขาเหมือนเจ้าหญิงดิสนีย์พรินเซสคนไหน
นับรีเซ็ตหนึ่งหมิว
Remember when I told you they have conversations with their eyes? But when they need to lock in, mute, they do this thing. They do a reset. They either say it or they like look at each other and it's like the same kind of expression. Look at this. Now they're talking about Mew. Now early on in this interview, they asked Mew who she thought she was. She actually picked Ariel. She picked the Little Mermaid for herself. But she did say, I'm going to be honest, y'all know I'm going to show you, give y'all all the context, but she did say that her face looked like Mulan. But she picked Ariel for herself. So, technically, either one of those answers could and should have been right. And she could have, and Lena could have said either one of those answers. But, watch this. That reset shit.
หมิว
เขาเหมือนเจ้าหญิงดิสนีย์
Look how they looking at each other.
นับรีเซ็ตหนึ่งสองสาม
มูหลาน
เอ้ยทำไมที่คุยกันก่อนนั่นดีว่าตัวเองเป็นเหมือนเมอร์เมดนะ
She was like, this time, and she even brought it up. She said, yo, even though earlier you said you were like Ariel.
ทำไมที่คุยกันก่อนนั่นดีว่าตัวเองเป็นเหมือนเมอร์เมดนะ
So why did you both think of Mulan for her?
เห็นเขาแล้วนึกถึงมูหลาน
She said, Mew's face totally says Mulan. Like, look at Mew said.
นะด้วยทรงตา
ด้วยทรง
Listen. Something or nothing. Was that them talking with their eyes again? Something or nothing. Or was it just a great guess because it was a 50-50 chance? It was either going to be Ariel or Mulan no matter what. What y'all think? I feel like their eyes were talking because Mew was, and the thing about it is too, like real quick if I can, hold on, oh man, okay, whatever. But real quick about that moment, Lena stared at her for a good minute. Yeah, something. They locked in, like, yeah, because Lena stared at her for a good minute, and then Mew looked back at her, and Mew said, reset. And as soon as they did, neither one of them hesitated when it said 3, 2, 1 Mulan. So that reset must have worked. What they had a conversation. I don't give a damn that they had a conversation. I agree with y'all. That's definitely something in spades on God. Listen. All right, here we go. Oh, I know y'all seen this before. Lena's panic shake. No, don't know what I'm talking about. Here we go. Wrote a song about it. Here it go. Have you two ever fought? Watch Lena. Have you two ever fought?
จริงก็คือรู้เอาจริงๆทายกัน
Similar to, are you guys discussing traveling together? Mew was like, yeah, we talked about it. Lena like, Now, Lena, you can't get mad at her because you missed that cue, the whisper cue early, so.
ดิฉันเขาดีแล้วแหละ
เคยทะเลาะกันไหมเคยงอนกันไหม
You see it? Did you see it? Come on, one more time. I'm telling you. Why? Why you don't want people to know that y'all fought? She was like, don't tell them that. Have you two ever fought?
เคยงอนกันไหมเคยงอน
Mew was definitely like, yeah. Mew was definitely like, yeah. But she chose a very docile argument to bring to the forefront, which was this one. We all know this
โดน
one.
ดองไลน์7
When
วัน
she got ghosted for 7 days.
หนูเขียนไว้ว่าชวนกินข้าวกันไหม
And in that 7 days, she had meals with like 3 friend groups. She do be doing that.
ออกไปกินข้าวกับเพื่อนประมาณ3 คน
Lena do be doing that. She said, but she didn't reply to me. She said she went out with her friends, but didn't text me back. Now that's interesting. Went out with friends, but didn't text me back. Why didn't she say went out with her other friends? It's interesting that she differentiated between herself and Lena's friends.
ไม่ตอบไลน์แต่ว่าตัวเองคิดว่าเฮ้ยทำไมหมิวไม่เขียนมาเลย
ใช่คือปกติอะเพราะเรา
Yeah, normally we talk. Yeah, we
ไม่
know.
ไม่เซิร์ชชื่อเหรอไม่เซิร์ชชื่อเข้าไปดู
ไม่
ใน
เรา
แช
ก็
ท
คิ
บ้า
ด
งเลยเหรอ
อินซิงก็คิดอยู่นะทำไม
She said, why didn't he talk all this week? She said, been days. It's been days and days.
เขียนมา
Why didn't you message first?
ก็มาดูในแชทอะ
คิดไงแล้วก็แบบแต่
She said, I didn't see it. She said, now I got the conversation pinned. Listen. And they talked about this joint several times. But you know what I find funny about this? Is the true story they talked about in the behind the scenes on My Safe Zone. It's actually very disingenuous that Mew keeps bringing this up. Because the true story is, here's the real story. The real story is, yes, Mew sent a dinner invitation to Lena online. Lena, and according to Mew, Lena didn't see it and did not respond online for 7 days. But Mew and Lena were communicating everywhere else. IG, Weibo, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. They're communicating everywhere else. I want y'all to understand that they were literally communicating everywhere else. It was just that Lena didn't respond to her online. So then, as they're telling the story on the behind the scenes for My Safe Zone, Lena was like, no. She was like, go look again. She said, remember, I actually did respond. She said, I read it and responded. She said, you left. She said, you were the one that didn't respond. And Mew was like, and at first Mew was trying to deny it. She was like, what? No. And then she thought, and she was like, oh, and she was like, and then Mew, because Mew can never be wrong. She goes, just like a wife, she goes, did I not respond or did I not see it? And then Lena was like, okay, yeah, I guess those two things are different. Just immediately caved. She was like, okay, yeah, I guess those things are different. Lena, no, baby, you had it right. Mew is blowing this shit out of proportion, dog. She didn't respond to you online, but she literally responded to you everywhere else. And then you find out she did respond to you online. You left her on red. So then she was like, nah, did I actually leave you on red or did I just not see it? This was a conversation they had between the two of them. This is not me translating text or something like that. ChatGPT. No, this is a conversation that they had on the behind the scenes. It was translated by Channel 3. That was what happened. And so when she keep bringing this joint up, it's kind of like, why you keep bringing this up knowing that, first of all, y'all were still communicating elsewhere and still seeing each other. She just didn't respond to your dinner invitation, or you thought she didn't, but she actually did. So you was the one that ended up leaving her hanging. And somehow it's always still Lena's fault. I think they keep using this story because it's a safe repeat. That's what I said too. That's what I said earlier. I said when Lena initially shook her head like, yo, don't answer that, and then Mew already was answering it, I think Mew chose this argument because it's the safest one. I said the exact same thing. I agree with you wholeheartedly. This is the one that they can tell without, and the fans will think it's cute and won't think that there's trouble in paradise. Because I get it why some of them act like they don't ever fight. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up with England as my parents, as my GL parents, so I can't relate to a couple who gets along all the time, is all lovey-dovey, ooey-gooey. I don't know what that shit is like. We grew up in a dysfunctional-ass household where our parents hated each other and said they was getting divorced every week. You know that video where, or that TikTok is like a viral trend where it's like the parents busting in the middle of the night and having a full-blown fight, telling you to get up, you leaving daddy, and he like, go back to sleep, and you're like, get up, get your shit, you like, the baby is just going back. That was our life with Inglot. So I'm not used to these couples that be like, oh, getting along every time. And that's what I appreciate about Shelly Pundell when they said, man, they stopped talking for like damn near a month. That's realistic. If you really in a relationship with each other, that's realistic. I know Lena and Mew fight all the time. Two Sagittariuses with strong personalities. I'm not gonna say they fight all the time, but I believe I'm gonna say like I think they argue because they have strong personalities. I don't think that they actually like fight, but I do think that they can have disagreements because they both are gonna have very strong personalities, and neither one of them are the type to back down if they really feel passionately about something. Lena does seem to be like the type to concede if she doesn't think it's important. I do see that, but I also know that if Lena feels like she's making a point, she gonna, you know what I'm saying, she gonna stay, you know what I mean. So I think that this is a safe, I agree, I think that this is a safe fight that they always bring up, but I think I told you, I can tell by the way that they interact with each other. You can tell that they argue and nag each other like a husband and wife. They really do. Something or nothing. I mean, I guess I could ask y'all that even though we already know what it is. Oh, of course you gotta go with the don't be too funny. We almost done, y'all. Of course you gotta go with the don't be too funny joint. Come on, man. Jealous Lena making another appearance.
หนูได้ยินอะไรพวกนี้หนูไม่เคยได้ยินเลยอยากรู้จริงๆอันนี้เพื่อนจริง
ไม่แต่ว่าคนน่ะชอบตกหลุมรักคนตลกเข้าใจป่ะเพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลก
Don't be too funny, I get jealous, right?
เพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลกหลุมรักคนตลกเข้าใจป่ะเพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลก
Hashtag save Lena.
เพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลก
Hashtag save Mew. Look how Mew was looking at her. I mean, Lena was looking at her. Why she look her up and down when she said that?
เข้าใจป่ะเพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลกกับใครมากบุญไหมหัวเพราะฉะนั้นอย่าไปตลกกับใครมากบุญไหมหัว
I feel like something or nothing. Something or nothing. Clearly Mew, y'all already know. Clearly Mew thought it was something. Y'all know that when Mew starts screaming like this, she cannot help it. She really can't help it. There's been so many times where she'll scream like that and be like, oh, and she'll like pop herself in the mouth like, oh, I'm being too loud. She does that all the time. Clearly Mew thought it was something. And we know she's jealous. We can see it. Mind you, this was her warning Mew. Mew sitting here like, she said, listen. Still screaming.
มิวต้องตอบต่อแล้วทำไมใครจะตกหลุมรักลีน่าจะตกหลุมรักยังไงบ้าง
Love at first sight. Fell from the very first time.
หลุมรักยังไงบ้าง
Which part though? She said love at first sight. I said which part? Love at first sight. Fell from the very first time.
ครั้งแรกก็ตกหลุมรักแล้วแบบเนี้ย
อันนี้พิมพ์ปิดเอาไว้ดิพิมพ์เลยนะกูว่านะเป็นนักแสดงที่เลิศเลยเพราะว่าสามารถ
กลืนแบบเนียนเข้าไปได้แบบ
พิมพ์แล้วเหรอ
พิมพ์แล้ว
พิมพ์แล้วจริงไม่ได้ค่ะ
You two better listen. Listen, if you think the other one typed it, you're allowed to have a mini fight. If you think the other one typed it, you're allowed to have a mini fight. So basically they're talking about certain lines. Did the producers write it or did they write it basically? That's what that is. But anyway, I think we all can agree that was something. I mean, Mew, even if you don't agree, Mew clearly felt like it was something. Okay? Let's go. This one right here, I give her everything. This one was, if you could give a gift to Mew, what would you give her? I mean, if you could give a gift to Lena, what would you give her? Right here, but honestly, if I had to think of a gift for Mew... No, she said, no, it was Lena that said it. She said... You can't narrow it down. Because really, I'd give her everything. Lena, you can... No, but you can... That's a wild statement to make about a friend. You absolutely can narrow it down. Most people know what kind of gifts they would buy for their close friend. And Lena's very good at buying gifts from you. So the fact that she chose to say that is very strange to me. She was like, but honestly, if I had to think of a gift from you, it's not something you can narrow down. Because really, I'd give her everything. Bitch, listen. Fuck it, something or nothing, guys. Hashtag TWNF, dog. Hashtag TWNF, dog. Why are you talking like you don't... Come on, man. I'm not giving my friends my bank account, LOL. Right. 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 If romantic was a definite, listen, bro, like, because really I'd give her everything. I wouldn't, not for a friend. I sure listen.
เพราะว่าตามจริงให้ได้ทุกอย่าง
Honestly, oh, okay. Now this is mute. Now some of the subtitles are a little off.
เอาจริงๆแค่
But Mew is the one that says honestly. She goes.
ไม่สามารถคิดเป็น specific thing ได้อะไรเงี้ย
She said I give her everything, and Mew goes honestly. Even just skinship or affection would be enough.
ทุกอย่าง
เอาจริงๆแค่สกินชิปอะไรอย่างเงี้ยหรือว่า
Or just love alone. Honestly, that's all I want.
แค่ความรักก็พอแล้วจริงขอแค่นั้นให้ได้ไหมอย่าง
Can
นั้
I
น
at least have that? What? She said what? Skinship? Because she was like, girl, you already got my love. She was like, what? Skinship?
ความรักก็พอแล้วจริงขอแค่นั้นให้ได้ไหมอย่างนั้นอะ
อะไรนะ skinship เหรอ
ก็จริงๆเราเป็นคนชอบสกินชิปไงเช่นหนูชอบกอดแกอยู่ตลอดอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
เป็นคนก่อแก่อะไรเงี้ยชีวิตแบบ
It's crazy to hear them say that Mew is the clingy type when every video that I have ever seen of Lena and Mew, Lena was the one doing the more clinging. But they said that. They said that when they first got reacquainted, Mew was the one that was all over Lena. Now, it is absolutely Lena is all... Mew fell first, Lena fell harder, dog. Mew fell first, Lena fell harder. There is no other way to look at that.
ให้แค่ความรักก็พอ
Love is already enough.
คือตบมือให้เลยเพราะรู้ว่าสองคนเนี่ย
Yay. Right in front of our arugula. Look, not the arugula, because that shit giving explosive diarrheas. Stay away from them arugulas. All them little fresh salads and stuff. All right, nah. So yeah. I'd give her everything. Okay? Okay?
ชอบ
Then there's
ของ
this.
DIY
Do-it-yourself gifts. So now this is, they're asking, okay, if you had to give her a specific gift, what would you give her? They said, so it's a birthday gift. So if you're going to give her a birthday gift, now this, don't say nothing, Nikki, you just presenting the evidence. They're saying if you had to give a birthday gift, you got to get specific. What would you give her? Listen to what Lena says she would give Mew.
แต่ว่าสมมติมันเป็นวันเกิดอย่างเงี้ยเราเป็นคน planning ป่ะว่าโอเคนี่จะวันเกิดเขาแล้วซื้ออันนี้ดีกว่า
คือหนูอะเป็นคนที่หนูอะเป็นคน
I'm the person, I really like DIY gifts. Okay. Very friendly tone. Nothing wrong with that. You're discussing what you would give Mew. This is very specific to the context of the conversation. They are discussing what she would give Mew for her birthday.
ที่ชอบทำของ DIY พี่นัตตี้แบบว่า
A handmade joint, yeah, handmade stuff like a little
แบบว่า
notebook.
เป็นสมุดเล่ม
If I'm dating someone. How we get here? Somebody, Mayday. 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 Open the door. How did we get here? How did we get here? What happened? I thought, what happened? How did we get here? How did we get here? DIY projects, cool. What'd you give me for her birthday? Cool. That's all. How do we get to if I'm dating? How do we get? Why do those two things correlate in her brain? You see what I'm saying? Why do those two things correlate in Lena's brain? I move away from the candles for 1 second. What about that? Yeah, listen, get back over there with them goddamn candles. Get back Campbell's. Get back to Campbell's soup. The fuck am I talking about? Get back over there with them goddamn candles. Like, okay, Popeye. Hold on, y'all. My baby back. He down there like, yo, show me some love. Mommy loves the baby. I'm almost done, Stink. He down there like, man, please. Come on, man. How do we get here? All right, let's let her talk about what she would do if she apparently was dating someone, even though the question is literally about Mew.
DIY พี่นัตตี้แบบว่าทำมือใช่ทำมือแบบว่าเป็นสมุดเล่มๆอ่ะสมุดคบกับใครอย่างเงี้ยบางทีเอารูปมาแปะแล้วก็เขียนความรู้สึกอะไรเงี้ย
scrapbook อะไรอย่างงี้ป่ะ
scrapbook
โอ้ยโรแมนติกนะเนี่ย
ทำอะไรแบบนี้
Now watch this.
อะไรเงี้ยแล้วเราชอบอะไรบ้างอะไรเงี้ยแล้วเราชอบอะไรบ้างแบบนี้มากอะไรเงี้ยแล้วเรา
Now, hold on. I gotta catch you when they eyes lock, because it happens so fast. Mew knew to look away. Listen, even right there, Mew was already starting to look away. That eye lock, nah, come on, man. Listen. Again, here goes that double conversation shit. If I was dating someone, very similar to when they were reacting to the show and they were doing the love there. I bet people that have experienced this in real life really like. Come on, man, y'all be that goofy shit where they be trying to act like they talking about somebody else, or they talking in third person about somebody else, and it's clearly that they're talking about each other. Like, come on, bro, that's crazy.
แล้วเราชอบอะไรบ้าง
จริง
And then they ask Mew, they say, okay, Mew, what would you give Lena?
แล้วเราชอบอะไรบ้าง
จริงๆก็ให้ได้หมด
She said, really, if she asked for anything, I'd
พี่
give
ขออะไร
it.
ก็ให้ได้หมดเลยค่ะ
ขอหมิวได้ไหมล่ะ
Now, they have shit written. Now, the thing about it is they have shit written down. They have shit written down that supposedly they're supposed to be saying. Because at this point, I think they're supposed to be deciding whether or not they're actually saying this or if it was written. So, I don't know. I don't speak Thai, so I don't know what Lena shit just said on her clipboard, on her iPad, but...
ขออะไรก็ให้ได้หมดเลยค่ะ จริงๆก็ให้ได้หมดถ้าพี่ขออะไรก็ให้ได้หมดเลยค่ะ
Does that say...
จริงๆก็ให้ได้หมด
Was she showing us? So, my question is right here. Does that say, can I have Mew? They ignored all of the prompts? That's what I needed to know. That's what I needed to know. I wanted to know if they actually was reading off of what was on, because I don't speak Thai, so I don't know. I can't read Thai, I mean. So I didn't know if they were actually, because I was like, yo, I don't know what actually says on the iPad, so I don't know if they're actually reading the prompts or if they're just making this shit off the top of their dome.
อะไรก็ให้ได้หมดเลยค่ะ
But her being like, can I ask for Mew?
ขอหมิวได้ไหมล่ะ
Why she closed that joint? That was the prompt from you to say, not
หมาย
Lena.
ถึงว่าอะไรที่ดูเหมาะกับเขาอะมีไหม
หมิวก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งคนเหมือนกันที่รู้สึกว่าเห็นอะไรที่แบบเฮ้ยหมิวจะชอบอะไรอย่างเงี้ยพี่น่าจะชอบด้วยหมิวก็จะซื้อมาคูณสอง
Okay, this is very gay. She said, all right, y'all, this is not, I mean, I guess if they consider themselves best friends, but they don't consider each other best friends. They don't. They do not consider each other, but they've never used that term with each other. They have their own best friends, and they have never called each other best friend. So I'm trying to figure out why the fuck Mew is shopping for her and Lena like this. She said, and Lena, look, hold on.
เหมาะกับเขาอะมีไหม
She said, I'm the type that when I see something, and when I like something, and Lena, I know Lena would like it too, I buy double.
อ๋อเพราะเราชอบอะไรใกล้ๆกันด้วยไง
But maybe with different tones or styles that I choose for her.
มันก็จะแตกต่างกันตรงโทนสีใดๆที่หมิวตั้งใจเลือกให้เขาเพราะว่าเราเหมือนจะเหมือนกันหมดทุกอย่างแต่มันก็จะมีบางอย่างเช่นเรื่องโทนสีหรือเรื่องแบบความชอบส่วนตัวเล็กๆน้อยๆดีเทลอะที่มันจะไม่เหมือนกันแล้วหมิวก็จะเลือกอันนี้ให้เขา
เขาบอกว่าคุณ
Those are couples gifts. Thank you, Slick Chick. Thank you. I mean, I guess I could ask you guys something or nothing. Something or nothing. Something or nothing. You are saying that when you go buy something for yourself and you think Lena would like it, you get one to match you, but make sure that it's just slightly different and matches her personality. That's gay, man. Especially because y'all are not best friends. Hashtag TWNF. This some BS ain't pissing you off, ain't y'all? Listen. Do we even have to say something anymore? Listen, I'm just trying to keep it a buck. I don't want y'all to think that I'm putting shit in your head. I'm asking y'all something or nothing. This is up for y'all. All I can do is present the evidence, bro. Something or nothing. This is crazy. There go that brown food. Oh, let's listen to this brown food thing again.
ชอบกินอาหารสีน้ำตาลจริงไหม
อุ้ยจริงค่ะของทอดของอะไรที่มันมี
อันนี้พี่ให้เราวิเคราะห์อีกทีหนึ่ง
Do you
เรา
like
ชอบกินอาหาร
fried
ท
food
อ
or
ดหรือ
brown
เรา
color
ชอบกินอาหาร
food?
สีน้ำตาล
ชอบกินอาหารสีน้ำตาลรู้สึกว่ามันน่ากินกว่า
เป็นเรื่องของ appetize
ใช่รู้สึกว่ามันมีรสชาติ
แล้วถ้าวันหนึ่งพี่นีน่าทำ
Look at now. If Lena dyed her hair blonde, this was the next prompt anyway. If Lena dyed her hair blonde,
ผมสีบลอนด์ล่ะ
ไม่ได้มันผัด
กลับเขาก็โกกลับเลย
if Lena dyed her hair blonde, you bleach it back. She said, "Nah, it's not allowed. That doesn't even sit right." me take my glasses off so I can hear better. What? Who are you to say? She said it's not allowed. That is a wild statement, bro. But mind you, Mew has colored her hair so many times since they've reconnected. Like, literally a ton of times. Shorty stayed coloring her hair. That's a wild statement, bro.
แล้วถ้าวันหนึ่งพี่นีน่าทำผมสีบลอนด์ล่ะ
She said it's not allowed.
กลับเขาก็โกกลับเลย
ขัดรู้สึกมันไม่ได้
And then Lena goes, yeah, Mew is a
นางเป็น
perfectionist.
perfectionist ใช่สมมติว่าแบบอะไรติดหน้าเลยไม่
คุณก็ละเอียดคุณ
What the fuck that got to do with your hair? So you mean, are you implying that Mew expects you to look a certain way and she's a perfectionist about that, so you can't deviate from? What the fuck did that have to do with it? I'm trying to make two and two connect. I feel like I'm missing something, but there was no jump. I feel like I'm missing something. She's a perfectionist or a control freak, right? Maybe that was her trying to be nice. Maybe she was trying to be nice and say, "Ooh, that's a good, Cleo, you might be onto something." Maybe that was a nice way of her saying that Mew's a control freak. Nah, Cleo, I think you hit the. That went over my head. I missed that one, baby. Good call out. I think you're right. I think that was Lena's nice way of saying she's a control freak. Because even the thing with the water, I love that she does that with Lena. Because everybody should drink. Y'all know I be encouraging y'all to drink the hell out of some water. However, she was sitting there like, you need to drink this water before we get on the plane. And Lena's sitting there telling us, I'm gonna drink the water. Put that fucking water down. They in the car envying. She talking about how much water have you had today? Lena was like, I had like 3 bottles. And Mew was like, that's literally like your first bottle. She like sit there and drink, and then she tell me something. And she gonna tell her to look at Lena, tell me something. This is what she call it? She said this is a love language, man. Drink that fucking water. And then when Lena was like, I do drink water. I get my water through tea and coffee. And she was like, she looked at her. She was like, that's not the same, and you know it. I think Mew runs a tight ship. Y'all notice that Lena's TikTok videos, bro, even her dances, her dances done got more mild and shit. You know what I mean? And if she do anything sexy, she's playing into the pan Lenamiu angle. You know what I mean? She making sure people don't misconstrue what's being said and thought and implied is what I'm saying. Mew runs a tight fucking ship, dog. She said Mew is a perfectionist. Dog, get the fuck out of here. Cleo, you hit that one right on the head, Stink. She definitely meant control freak. Alright, here we go. Can I ask for Mew? Mew won't allow it. Yep, matchmaker, make me a match. This one is very interesting. So in this one, now this is super interesting. You guys let me know if this is something or nothing. Now, if you know the history, you know how if you know Lena's history in attempts to become a GL star, she very briefly in August of 2024 was paired with Bo, and they were a GL ship for exactly 1 month. Bo Lena, okay? Exactly 1 month, okay? Just the month of August, okay? We know that Lena and Mew reconnected around that time, got close, and then Mew went in for the audition around October, November, okay? But right before their birthdays. We know that. All right, so keep that in mind. Keep in mind who says what. So the question is, if you could choose one actor from Channel 3 to play matchmaker between the two of you, right? Who would it be?
ช่อง3 1 คนมาช่วยเป็นแม่สื่อให้จะเลือกใคร
You want to court the other person and you want a friend's help. Who are you asking help from?
ถ้าเราจะต้องจีบอีกคนหนึ่งแล้วเราอยากให้เพื่อนไปช่วย
Look at how, first of all, look at how Mew looking at her.
ถ้าเราจะต้องจีบอีกคนหนึ่งแล้วเราอยากให้เพื่อนไปช่วยนี่นึกออกแล้วตอบเลย
You told me something. I think it's the same person.
5 4 3 2พี่โบ
but it wasn't. Mew picked Bo? Now, you already know what one of my theories is in the inner circle. Maybe I need to revise it because maybe it seems like Bo still may have been a catalyst, just not the way I thought. It's very interesting that she would pick. Lena picked Orm. Lena picked Orm. Mew picked Bo. Now they're gonna explain why. Orm is gonna explain why she picked Orm. Lena's gonna explain why she picked Orm.
ทำไมแต่ละคนเพราะอะไรเขาจะสามารถพูดถึงความน่ารักอีกฝ่ายได้อะแล้วเราจะเชื่อเขาอะเขาจะเหมือนแบบพูดโฆษณาให้แบบเนี่ยหมิวน่ารักมากพี่ลีน่าหมิวจืดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเขาเป็นคน talkative อะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็ดูเป็นคน positive ก็เลยรู้สึกว่า
I would also like to state, I can't not call this out. I tried to go past it, but I also have to state for the record that this question, well, I get no, never mind. That's not important. Okay, that's fine.
โฆษณาให้แบบเนี่ยหมิวน่ารักมากพี่ลีน่าหมิวจืดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเขาเป็นคน talkative อะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็ดูเป็นคน positive ก็เลยรู้สึ
So
กว่า
Orm, she basically saying Orm will be a walking advertisement. She big up that person real big. You know what I'm saying?
น่าจะพูดอะไรที่ทำให้แบบอีกฝ่าย
Totally
สามารถ
to make you fall for them. Okay, cool.
อีกฝ่ายได้
Now, listen to why Mew chose Bo.
แล้วทำไมถึงเป็นพี่โบของ
She said, I feel like Bo has this natural teasing vibe.
รู้สึกว่าพี่โบเขามีความเป็นเหมือนแบบสามารถ
Natural teasing vibe.
แอบแซวอะไรบางอย่างที่ทำให้ดูธรรมชาติ
And Lena was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Let's say you're in a relationship that feels... Let's say... I'll let her keep going. Let's say you're in a relationship that feels a bit awkward. You're in an awkward situation. Okay?
awkward นิดหน่อยพี่โบสามารถละลายพฤติกรรม
So you trying to start a mood
โดยการแบบชงแบบ
and make it more lighthearted with some smooth, subtle teasing. Okay.
ดูตลก
ชงไทยอินนะคะ
แล้วไม่อึดอัดเกิน
ใช่
If you like someone, what would you do to... So hold on.
ชงแบบชง
So she's basically being like,
พี่โบสามารถ
Bo would come in and tease them. And I thought about when they were at the... What was the name of that joint, y'all? Was it Pads or something? I don't know. The joint where they had the pink and green on. And Bo was in the back with the green dress on too. And saying, oh no, we look like we go better together. I remember that moment. I remember when they were sitting there eating the noodles and Lena and Mew was being quiet with each other. Again, here comes Bo teasing and being like, oh, you look real beautiful, Lena. And then the other moment was when Dude was standing there and Bo was literally hugging Lena. And Mew was just standing there like this. And Dude was like, you gonna go over there and say something? And then Mew was like, man, it does seem like every time, and one thing I can say, in all three of those scenarios, Mew and Lena seemed like they were distant. In the noodle scene, in the noodle joint, Mew was minding her business in her noodles. She seemed like she ain't want to talk. In the green and pink joint, Lena was already back there. Mew wasn't even back there, and Bo started teasing, and then Mew came in, and then it kind of kept it going. And then in the same thing with the initial joint, Mew looked like she didn't even want to go over there, like she didn't even care that Bo was hugging on Lena. You know what I'm saying? And so it does feel like whenever there's like some kind of awkwardness in their relationship, here comes Bo to tease them and play that little jealous game that makes Mew step up and do something. And every time it was always Mew they were trying to get a reaction out of. So I found that very interesting that Mew picked Bo. That is so something, Bella. Come on now. How the fuck could that not be something, bro? I said, bro, that is so interesting. That she picked, I thought she would have picked Ling or Orm, somebody she's more familiar with, Mint. She could have picked Mint. She's very close to Mint. There's a lot of people she could have picked. But when she said Bo, and then I sat back in real life scenarios and thought about it, I said, oh my God. I'm going to ask, but I feel like I shouldn't have to. Something or nothing. Something or nothing, guys. Something or nothing. Yeah. I think this is the most something out of all the somethings we've seen today, or what do you think? I think this is the most something out of all of the somethings we saw today so far. All the somethings. All of the somethings. I agree. I agree. All right, here we go. This clip is I've never done that. What haven't you done, Mew?
อัดเกินใช่ถูกไหมสมมติว่าเรามีคนที่เราชงแล้วดูตลก
ชงไทยอินนะคะ
เราไม่อึดอัดเกิน
If you like someone, what would you do? This is again the subtitles are a little off here, so I'm gonna have to stop it prematurely in certain areas, but I'm gonna tell you who's speaking. So this is the host saying, if you like someone, what would you do to win them over?
ใช่ถูกไหมสมมติว่าเรามีคนที่เราชอบเราจะ
And then again asking, what do you do to win someone's heart?
มีวิธีการในการได้ใจเขามาเรา approach แบบไหนถ้าเราต้องจีบ
Mew says, I never done that. Watch.
แต่ละคน
And Lena laughs and says, you've never flirted, Mew? Question mark.
มิวไม่เคยจีบใช่
And she says, so what do you do then?
ไหมแล้วมิว
If you like someone, how would you act?
ทำยังไงให้สมมติเราชอบ
That's the host asking. And Mew goes, I've never liked anyone.
เธอทำยังไงเราต้องยังไง
Mew has never liked someone first.
ชอบใครแบบก่อน
ก็คือ
They say, really? Really? Look at Lena's face. They say, really? And they said there's a certain vibe, like a signal that tells you.
ก็คือมันจะมีเซนส์บางอย่าง
And that's what Mew was saying. She said there's a certain vibe or a signal. So listen to what Mew was saying. She is saying, I've never liked someone first.
ก่อน
She says, Mew says there's a certain vibe, like a signal that tells you
มันจะมีเซนส์บางอย่างที่มันจะแบบมันจะ
something special is happening.
เนี่ยแล้วมันจะรู้เอง
ว่าเขาน่าจะแบบ
And she said you just feel special, something special with them.
แบบมี special feeling
That's what that's you feel something special with them. That's what the MC is saying. And it says so you and then the MC goes, so you've never been the first to fall for someone.
แล้วเราไม่เคยแบบชอบใครก่อนเลยเหรอเธอแบบ
And then she goes, has anyone ever made your heart race? Question mark.
คนนี้มันทำให้เราแบบใจเต้น
And she goes, anyone never made your heart race? And then Mew goes, why are you stammering? Huh? Completely out of context.
ก่อนเลยเหรอเธอแบบ
But she's pointing at Lena.
เราก็ชอบไปก่อนนะ อันนี้หมูก็ฮะ
แม่
And then Cupid sees everything. Fucking what? What? She went from saying, I've never done this before, I've never liked somebody first, I've never been the first to flirt, to also then describing what it feels like that, oh, it's just like this moment where, nothing has to be said, but it feels like something special is happening. How you describing something that you never fucking did? Okay. And then she goes on to say, and then she goes, so you've never had somebody make your heart race? And then Shorty was like, dude, why are you stammering? As she points at Lena, who Lena wasn't saying anything for the record. And then she just goes, huh? Mew has a history of doing that. Mew has a history of answering a question and then completely like derailing her train of thought because she realizes she did expose something that she shouldn't have. And she's not good at it at all. It's like this. It's always so obvious. Let's keep going. Watch.
อาจารย์จับได้นะคะ คือลีน่ามันน่ารักกันเนาะ
เขาแพรวๆหรือว่าเขามีเสน่ห์บาง
And then she goes, well, since we're being honest,
อย่างอันไหนๆก็
Lena is a charming person.
ไหนๆแล้วหรือว่าเขาแค่มีเสน่ห์บางอย่างที่แบบ
I don't think it's just me. Just you what? That feels like
คน
that?
หมิวเชื่อว่ามันไม่ใช่แค่หมิวคนเดียวหรอกหลายๆคนก็น่าจะรู้สึกแบบนี้แบบแบบสวยจังเลยเนี่ยเพราะคุณแม่ตอนเจอครั้งแรก
Even my mom said, the first time she saw her, my mom said Lena was beautiful.
วิลีน่าก็สวย
And then Lena says, that's why I became the daughter-in-law of the house. Like, bruh. Listen, it don't even matter if the subs are different. We got to the same point. The point is that she was obviously talking about Lena. I don't know what she talking about. I ain't never fall for somebody first before. I don't even know. I think that sometimes, and this is just me being honest, I'm going to say this publicly. I think that Lena and Mew have decided how much of their relationship they're going to share. And I think sometimes when they're answering questions a little too honestly, they forget what they've said previously. So they just start saying things. Because if you got to remember, this came out October 21st of 2025. This came out before their series dropped. This came out before their series dropped. And I would even venture to say that this was filmed before Korea. Oh, no. This was filmed after Korea because they bring up Korea in this. So this was filmed after Korea, which means if you know, based on our timeline, all right, don't say nothing, but based on the timeline that we have in the deep dives, in the inner circle, in the rabbit holes, in the TWNF rabbit hole, in the Makes Me Wonder rabbit hole, we have talked about this. We have talked about this, okay? This happened right after Korea, this interview. And remember, this time, September to the end of November, was very ambiguous with them. They went back and forth a lot. Actually, I'm going to even say from September to the end of December. They kind of went back and forth a lot, while having very significant pivotal moments in between. But you could it felt like a figuring it out period. You feel me? It felt like a figuring it out period. And this interview feels like the figuring it out part. It feels like there are certain things that they were saying that, but also were contradicting like 2 sentences later. You feel me? So I want y'all to keep that in mind. If you go back and watch, and I recommend going back and watching this entire interview, keep in mind that this interview happened a couple weeks after Korea. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I think you nailed it. They decided on a story, and then pieces of the story keep slipping out. Thank you, Bella. I agree. And I think that's why even in Manila, Lena was talking about, well, according to Mew's timeline, she met me first, but according to my timeline, what do you mean? If she met you, you were there too. Or were you having some kind of outer body experience and she met a shell of you? The fuck do you mean that according to Mew's timeline, she met you first? I don't even know how that translates into Lenamiu language, but it's very confusing. Contradicting dots, that's what they do. They don't connect dots, they contradict them. That's what makes this journey of deep dives with them so utterly frustrating and also fun. Let's keep going right here.
ความสบายใจมากๆที่แบบรู้สึกว่าแบบโอ้โชคดีมากที่ได้แบบเป็นพาร์ทเนอร์กันอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
Oh, no, let's back this up. My bad, y'all. So, this joint was, they had to describe 3 things they liked about each other. This was probably the gayest part of the segment, I know. You're like, what? Gayer than the whole bow, and then yeah, watch this. So, each person takes turns sharing 3 reasons.
ให้แต่ละคนแลกกันพูดคนละ3ข้อ
Shares 3 reasons why they talking about each other's good quality. I like you because. So this is I like you because. They're supposed to name 3 things that they like for each other, and they have to start each sentence with I like you because such and such and such and such. Okay, so
จะพูดเหตุผลอะไรก็ได้ให้แต่ละ
Lena's
คน
gonna go
แลกกัน
first.
พูดคนละ3ข้อ
พี่ใหญ่เป็นคนเริ่มแล้วกันที่เลือกให้ไอชอบอยู่ตรง
Lena says she starts with I like you because you're adorable.
ที่อยู่
เป็นคนน่ารักแล้วก็ชอบ
Why she
น่ารัก
if you don't
แล้ว
know,
ก็ชอบ
when Lena gets nervous, she has two tails. She turns into a water spray bottle, that shit, and then she touches her nose, or she brings her hand to her face, normally in some kind of gesture of trying to hide her face, like, right? She did both in this joint right here. Why, as soon as she said "I like you because you're adorable," and she looked at Mew and she was like, "Girl, you don't turn the car wash off."
ชอบ
She said, and she's straightforward. Mew was very straightforward. I love that about her.
รู้สึกว่า
We're pretty similar in a lot of
แบ
ways.
บว่าเราไม่ต้องมากังวลว่า
There's
แบบ
no guessing with you. Girl, this is... Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. You said she was adorable. You said she's straightforward. And now you just running out. Look, she went from she's adorable, she's straightforward, and then watch. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to stop it.
ตรงไปตรงมาแบบ very straightforward แล้วก็รู้สึกว่ามีอะไรคล้ายเราแบบว่าเราไม่ต้องมากังวลว่าแบบมี behind the scene หรือเปล่าเลยอ่ะยูรู้สึกอะไรยูก็แบบให้ทำให้ไอรู้ตลอดเวลา
That's the first
ต
reason.
อนแรก
I always know when she's upset. That's the first reason? Lena, first of all, that was way more than 3 already, but they only gave her credit for 2 for that, which is wild. But, like, right, she lost the plot, right? Shorty just out here going off. Hold on, my dog's down there, bug. Hold on. Popo, I'm literally almost done, dude. Give me like 15 minutes, bro. He like, man, I don't know what the fuck that means. Baby said, I don't know what the fuck that means. All right.
รู้เลยว่างอน
So, that was Lena. Just completely running out, crashing out. All right, cool. So she's straightforward. And then also she's the bestest, wonderfulest, most kindest person in the whole wide world. She knows you and you know her and all the other gay shit. And look at how you looking at her. She's smiling. Oh my God. Get up, Lena. Now it's Mew's turn to say what she likes about Lena. Don't worry. They are going to get to Lena's third point, even though she did about 45 right there. So now it's Mew's turn.
มิวล่ะ
I like Lena because Lena feels like my brain. Put my glasses on so I can hear better.
รู้เลยว่างอน มิวล่ะ
มิวชอบที่พี่ลีน่าเขาเป็นเหมือน thinking brain ให้มิวอะมิวรู้สึกว่าในวันที่มิวไม่มีสติหรือว่าอาจจะเหมือนแบบเราไม่ได้คิดอะไรอย่างไตร่ตรองอย่างเงี้ยเราก็จะไม่ต้องห่วงเพราะเราก็จะมีพี่ลีน่าคนนี้ที่มา
She keeps you sane? I think they both have lost the plot. I think they both have lost the plot. You're supposed to play in the gray of the gay, and this is very, very straightforward, rainbow sapphic.
ทุกอย่างให้มันเข้าที่เข้าทางมากขึ้นแล้วก็รู้สึกว่าเป็นบุคคลหนึ่งที่เจอแล้วรู้สึกว่ามิวไม่มีดาวอะไรในตัวแบบตัวเขาเลยอ่ะมิวรู้สึก
She's sincere. I know she'd never make me wonder or doubt.
ว่าเขาจริงใจแล้วรู้สึกว่าเขาจะไม่มา
Never have to sit around asking, is she unsure or is she pulling away? Unsure of what? Pulling away from what? What are we talking about? Unsure of what and pulling away from what? I don't understand what you
ต้อง
guys
ให้หนูนั่
are.
งกังวลว่าเฮ้ยจะวิซี่วัชชื่อแบบชีซี่ชูซี่อะไรหรือเปล่าอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
ชีซี
ก็มันคือความส
Being
บาย
with
ใจ
her is just peaceful. She said it. She said, be my peace. Listen. Be my peace, baby. Listen.
ที่แบบรู้สึกว่าแบบโอ้โชคดีมากที่ได้แบบ
I'm so happy we're
พาร์ทเนอ
partners.
ร์กันเลย
All right. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are partners too. Now here we go. Let's get into the third for the both of them. Once again, let me remind you, this was in October of 2025. Let me again remind you, this is long before they even knew they were going to have Please Love. Once again, let me remind you, Peem and Pan ain't got shit on Lena and Mew and never have. Lena, what's the third thing you like about her? Mew has a great body.
ชอบหุ่นค่ะเป็นคนหุ่นดี ชอบหุ่นเขา
Look at Mew. And then Mew, what's the third thing you like about Lena? Oh, Lena got a great figure too.
แต่หนูก็ชอบมองพี่นะหนูก็ชอบม
It
อง
could have ended right there. But you know, when one of them goes low, the other one goes straight to fucking hell. When it's Lena and Mew, when Lena opened the door, I told y'all every time one of them opens the door or unlocks the door, the other one karate kicks that bitch in. Okay? Shorty said, I like Lena's body too. She has a great figure too. Cool, Lena. Mew, once again, boom, could have deaded it right there. What else did she go on to say?
มิวชอบอะไรนะ
She got curves. Lena got curves in all the right
ลีน่าก็เป็น
places.
คนมีส่วนทรงเป็นเชฟ
No matter
ที่รู้
where
สึก
you
ว่า
touch.
จับไปตรงไหนมันก็แบบอะไร
No matter where you touch, every part is flawless. And then she did this shit here. How you... Wow. Why they always talking about each other's figures and bodies and whatnot? More than anybody else. Well, Englot always talking about each other's titties. But... Or staring at each other's titties. But this is... Come on, man. You could have left this... You could have clearly left this at... You know... She's got a nice figure too. All this extra, she got curves and she curves all the right place. You know what I'm saying? You put your hand, no matter where you put your hand, no matter where you touch her, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be in the right place. What the fuck are you talking about?
มิวชอบอะไรนะผมชอบ
เขา
หุ่น
เป็นคนมีส่วนทรงพี่น่าเขาเป็นคนมีส่วนทรงเป็นเชฟที่รู้สึกว่าแบบจับไปตรงไหนมันก็แบบอะไรแบบมันดี
อีเคมีสองคนนี้ตลอด
แต่ดีนะ
And again, look, I told y'all, and again, trying to get to this girl's house. Listen, y'all.
เดี๋ยวที่ส่งให้นะแล้วเราตอบนะอันหนึ่งสอง
They literally was driving them around, and they was like, look, we can drop y'all off wherever y'all want us to drop y'all off at. Where would you like for us to go? At the, Nung Song Sam, on the count of 3, y'all both say where y'all want to go. Watch this.
My Ambulance ขึ้นรถมา
So, this, once again, the subtitles are a little off, but Lena yells out, Mew's house.
บ้านมิว
Why the fuck? Why she keep trying to get in this girl's house? The fuck do Mew got over there? Brown food? Cookies and shit? What? Remember when Mew tried to invite Lena over to her house just to eat cookies? Like she couldn't bring them shits to set the next day. She said, I got cookies out. Hey, yo, they both crazy, dog. She keep trying to get to this girl's house, bruh. The fuck is going on in that crib, yo? What happens in Mew's house? Don't she live with her parents? At least at this point, she still did. I know for sure she was still living with her parents. Trying to subtly move in? I don't think that she is. I don't think it's very subtle, bro. Why the hell? Mew got a playroom. Mew got one of them 50 Shades of Grey joints up in there, bro. Why the hell is she? And look at her. She's so proud of herself. Let's go to Mew's house. It's not over. Watch. Because Mew didn't even answer. Look at Mew. By the way, Mew didn't answer.
My Ambulance ขึ้นรถมาจะพาไปบ้านมิวไอ้มิวไม่ยอม
Look
ตอ
at
บ
Mew.
มิ
Mew
ว
was
ไป
like,
ไหนอะมิวต้องตอบ
and Mew said my
ด้วย
brain totally blank.
อยู่แบงค์อยู่ในโหมดแบงค์
And then look, hold on. What did it say?
มิวไปไหนอะมิวต้องตอบด้วยจริงๆแล้วสิ่งที่คิดออกมา
Why does Lena like going to Mew's house? Thank you. Even the production team was like, bruh.
อยู่แบงค์อยู่ในโหมดแบงค์
ทำไม
She said, and Mew gonna talk about something. They said, why does Lena like going to your house? She said, because it's nearby. And they were like, oh yeah, okay, well it's just close. Yeah, it's nearby where y'all work. You know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, it's just close to here.
เป็นน่าชอบไปบ้านมิวเพราะว่าบ้านมิวอยู่ใกล้
And so Lena was like, yeah, so naturally we go to Mew's house. So now it's gone from I want to go to we go to Mew's house because it's so... What does that mean? How often do we go to Mew's house because it's so close? Because I always thought about that. I said, yo, they be working some real late fucking nights. You trying to tell me that Lena gets off of work and then drives 40 fucking kilometers an hour out of the way after. Man, look, after being on set all day. I will never let them forget about when Lena literally drove Mew home in Mew's car. They were on set and Mew was like, "Can you drive me home in my car?" She literally said it just like that. "Can you drive me home in my car?" And Lena was like, "Yeah, sure. Go get the keys. Where are the keys at?" Lena stink a butt. If you drive, now this was after she got into her car accident, so she didn't have a car, but she was using Mew's a lot. She was driving Mew's car a lot at that time. Lena stink a butt. If you drive Mew home, so we gotta ask the right stuff. If you drive Mew home and you live 40 fucking kilometers away, you trying to tell me you about to dash all the way to your crib? You about to catch one of them little fucking deaf scooters to your crib? I just want to know why she was trying to get in that girl's house every time I fucking turned around. She was trying to get in that girl's house. And then the MC goes, and Lena says, actually, Mew's dad. And the host goes, yeah, Mew's dad gave Lena her car license plate, which everybody should know that by now. If you didn't know that, it's crazy that you didn't know that. And it was a very expensive plate because it was, yeah, see, it's an expensive Audi plate. And the reason why it was expensive because it has sequential numbers. And sequential numbers are really, really hard to come by in Thailand, and you have to like pay. And after having, confirmed the research that my Lenamiu encyclopedia gave me, it can cost upwards of 15 grand, y'all. Like 15 American US dollars for a license plate. And apparently the one that he got for Lena with the sequential numbers that she wanted, the repeating numbers that I'm sorry, not sequential, but the repeating numbers that she wanted, it ran him a few stacks. I know that they have money. And I know that $15,000 to them or $8,000 to $10,000 to them is like a drop in the bucket because her family's worth damn near $200 million. I get all of that. Talking about Mew's family. However, you're not going to sit there and convince me that for any and every Mew's friends, her dad would just buy them. And they have to go to auctions to get those plates, by the way. That's another thing. Like you have to do it as in like an auction setting. So it's not just, oh, I want that and give it to me. He had to go bid on it. Her dad. Something or nothing, man. That's where we ended it, bro. Something or nothing. Something or nothing. Something or fucking nothing, bro. Something or... Bro. There is no way. Yeah, this was the biggest something. This. Come on, man. There's no effing way, bro. There's no effing way. That is definitely giving in-law. And Lena mentioned that earlier. She said, that's why I'm the favorite daughter-in-law in the house. And it's funny that she said it like that because Mew does have a brother. And perhaps he does have a girlfriend. I thought that was hilarious. I'm the favorite daughter-in-law. Say what?